Beat them senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest sports updates and interviews with your favorite athletes.
Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast, 24/7 sports news, live interviews, many coverage with MMA, boxing, IKF, and bare knuckle fighters. Today we are here with my co-host Anthony the Tiger Cruz. Let's get him on here, see if he's here. You there? All right. You there, Anthony? Let's see. I don't see him. Let's try him again. All right, let's try again. I'm having difficulties with the internet. Hang on, I apologize, guys. All right, so everybody, I'll be getting Reggie here back online in a minute. I've been having difficulty with the internet. I apologize. I'll try it one more time. I hope everybody's having a good day. You watched my last expos with talk about suicide prevention and everything. And here's Anthony Cruz. He's on here. What's up, man?
Yep.
All right, so we're back live again. And Reggie was on here. Couldn't get him on, so I had to get you guys back on.
Yeah.
So, what you think about the last expos we talked about? I mean, was it a good talk? Let everybody know what's,
Oh yeah. Listen, things like that, whether it's suicide prevention or addiction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we live in a time where, more than ever, now that we know that all these things are also interacting with a lot of mentally ill people here in America. They need help. They don't need to be late. To take off the stigma that somebody who is mentally ill, is a criminal or whatnot. No, man. They people. People need help. They don't need to be labeled as criminals or whatnot. They need help.
Yeah, hang on for a second. Anthony, that's Reggie. That's Reggie right there, but I don't see his video.
Yeah, I don't see his.
I'm back.
Can you hear us,
for
Reggie?
some reason. I can hear y'all, but I can see y'all. I don't know if y'all can see me.
No, we can't see you at all. You're black.
No, we can't.
The whole screen is black.
Right.
Oh.
Hang on. You wanna try to get out and come back in?
Yep. I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right.
All right. Man,
Some
sorry about
technical
that.
Yeah, it's cool.
You can hear the kids in the background or training.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
it is what it is.
Reggie's a cool guy, man.
Yeah.
So, the last expo we talked about, I mean, that was a great talk. Just let everybody know that, we're there for them. So I just wanted everybody to know that. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was only like 2 years ago when they had that epidemic, overdosing with oxycodone and all that stuff. I mean, and they made it into epidemic emergency. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like after all these years, mental health. Now, addiction recovery. Yeah, but that's not new. You know what I'm saying? I think America needs to get off that stigma because whether it's mental health or addiction, it hits everybody. I don't care who you are, rich, poor, whatever. It hits everybody. If you don't deal with it, respectfully and straightforward, you can't sugarcoat it. These problems you gotta really deal with it. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Hands
What's up,
educated Bennett in the house.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing?
How you guys doing,
I'm
man?
doing great. How are you doing, Mr. Tiger?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good here. You know what I'm saying? Still waiting, like you. still waiting. You know.
I heard that. How you doing,
So-
Jeff? Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it, man.
You're welcome, bro. I'm doing good. You know, still hanging in there with all this virus and stuff going on right now. You know, we gotta survive.
Yeah, I'm still at
So,
the daily grind. So my life ain't changed too much.
Yeah. So give us a little detail. What it's been like during the time with this virus and looting and everything going on. How's your training been going? How are you coping with all this?
It's been a lot of self motivation. Definitely. Fortunately, my family owns a gym, 757 Boxing out here in Chesapeake, Virginia. The gym recently just opened back up, you know, last week. Of course, under restrictions and stuff like that. So in the meantime, I was mostly just training by myself and one of my coworkers. We figured we'd still train because it's not like we didn't work together every day. So there's no point in not, you know, still grinding. We were training buddies and coworkers. So we still get up and grapple and spar 2 or 3 times a week, you know. So I still had been getting in my work, you know. And then when I got the call that they were going to do another bare knuckle show on the 26th, of course, we just kicked into even higher gear. Just me, my dad, my brother, and like I said, one of my friends, just doing what we could do, you know, within the bounds of, you know, the restrictions of what's going on, and just trying to stay safe and, you know, not get anybody sick or anything like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it hit everybody by surprise because, you know, when the Corona thing hit, I think it caught a lot of people by surprise. And, you know, lucky for you, you know, your family runs a gym just like me. I got my own gym, so I, you know, a couple of times a week I go do my own thing. But I know a lot of fighters don't have it like that, so they got to. And training at home, you know, it's so maybe limited, you know. But you know, you gotta stay active no matter what. You know, I gotta make it exciting and, you know, use your imagination, make something happen.
Oh, well, I mean, we were even offering Zoom fitness classes for our gym patrons. You know, since we couldn't physically be in the gym twice a week, I would just get online through Zoom meetings, and one day I would do a fitness class, and then the next we would still do a boxing technique, and it worked pretty well. But like I said, the gym just opened back up last week, so it was nice to be able to see the kids physically again.
Right. That's great. That's great.
That sounds good. So you were saying your family had a gym in Chesapeake, Virginia?
Yeah.
That's my hometown, buddy. I'm from there.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was raised in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Wow.
I wasn't that far from there.
Okay, I was born in Chesapeake. I was raised in Virginia Beach too. Salem High School, class of 04.
Wow, that's great.
That's my boy right there. I'll be watching him. So, what is it like to keep your weight where you're at, where you're getting ready to fight? And I'm not sure if you know who your next opponent is yet because the other one got injured and had some surgery, I think. So how are you dealing with that change right there?
So as far as the weight thing, I live a ready to fight lifestyle. And what I mean by that is even if I'm not competing or I'm not, you know, I guess fight camp training per se, my lifestyle that I live still dictates, and I work out and I train and I eat healthy enough that I always stay 10 pounds within my fight weight. Always, always, always. I always have. I always will. I tell fighters this. If you really, this is just my personal opinion. If fighting is really your life and that's what you do, unless you're one of these guys who is purposely cutting, you know, 20, 30, 40 pounds to make a smaller weight class, then your lifestyle as a fighter should dictate that you stay within 10 pounds of your weight. So that way, if they call you on Monday and they're like, hey, we got a spot for you on the UFC card, can you make 155? And, you know, you're that guy that's walking around at 180 and you're like, man, I can't make 155. But, you know, if you're fight ready, then you should be walking around. If you're fighting at 155, then you should be walking around at 165, maybe 170. So if you get that call on Monday for that big opportunity, then it's there. But most guys don't do that. It's just camp to camp to camp. And I'm just going to wait until I know I have a fight coming up, and, I'll go into camp and I'll cut this 20, 30 pounds, to make weight for. No, I stay ready so that if they do call me, I can, hey, you call me on Monday, tell me I got to make 10 pounds. I need to get it off by Friday. I'm there, and I'm still healthy too. I'm not drained. I'm not worn out. I'm not drawn and sucked dry. And so that's just for me. Now, as far as my opponent goes, I can't pronounce this dude's name, and I don't want to butcher it on the last broadcast.
Yeah, but that's true. I mean, that's the same thing I do, Reggie.
Too.
Because
I can't pronounce anybody's name that well.
Yeah, but I do the same thing, Reggie. I'm not one of those guys that like to gain 15, 20, 30 pounds, to lose 15, 20 pounds to make weight. I stay year long on my weight. So being a trainer in Soho, New York for 20 plus years. So if I was not fighting, I was always working as a trainer. And as a trainer, you gotta look good too. You can't be out of shape trainer and tell other people what to do. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So, but I learned, most guys like to eat and like to drink and whatnot. And I don't. I like to keep myself healthy all the time. If I'm like 10, 10 pounds over, that would be a lot, but not always that's the case. But for me, that's what worked. I'm always in my weight class all year long. But some guys, I'm gonna mention name, but he was big in the UFC. He's known to be walking around 195 to make 170. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, damn. If you're walking 195, well, you don't fight at 185. You know what I'm saying? Well, you want to go all the way down to fight somebody 170. That don't seem fair. You know what I'm saying? But some guys could do it, some guys cannot. I can't do it.
I did it once. I went all the way down from 140 to 125, and it was awful.
Yeah, I bet.
It was awful. I mean, I made the weight. I rehydrated maybe to like maybe 130, and I did good the first round, and then the second round it was nothing there.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
so I just
people don't realize people don't realize when you lose that much weight that fast, how it drains you. You might be walking around and you don't feel it because you're just walking around. You're not fighting or training. But then once you hit the ring, you see how much it affects you, strength-wise, energy-wise, endurance-wise. Be like, wow, this is not healthy and it's not safe. But you learn.
Yeah. So the guy I'm
there,
fighting, I'm there. I'm here. The guy can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah.
You froze for a second. All right. So the guy I'm fighting, his name is Joe Pena.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Joe Pena.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you pronounce that man's name? I don't even I don't want to, I ain't never on no disrespectful stuff or whatever, but I really generally didn't know how to. I even asked Google, and she didn't have an answer for me.
Oh my God.
Give me a little I'm sorry. So give me a little idea how you're from when you're fighting bare knuckle and what you were doing before. Was bare knuckle more challenging for you?
No, boxing has been more challenging for me. Boxing has always been more challenging for me as far as, I guess, I want to say the political aspect of boxing. For me, anyway. I didn't have a huge backing or go to the Olympics or whatever. I'm good, man. I consider myself amongst the elite fighters, on earth right now, but nobody knows really in the boxing world who I am. And boxing is what I did really because That's what I did as a kid, and I always enjoyed it. And when I got out of prison, I said that if I was going to fight, I wasn't going to get beat up for free. So,
I hear that.
so and actually, I turned pro in MMA first. That I just wanted to fight. I wanted to have that exhilaration. And then I started boxing, and, you know, I had a couple gimme fights. But then after that, I was like, yeah, I'm fighting nobody but undefeated guys. This is the only way I'm going to get noticed. Is either I'm going to lose to these undefeated prospects or I'm going to beat them. And it's gone either way. I've beaten a couple undefeated prospects, and I've lost to two of them. But, you know, it made noise. It made enough noise where the boxing world had to take a little bit of notice of who this guy was. Yeah. And then bare knuckle came around, and I was like, oh, that's what I'm really built for. That's what I would have. I spent my whole, you know, as a kid out there on the streets fighting bare knuckle anyway. Right. So I just, when I got that call, and bare knuckle is easy. I love it. Like I said, I feel like I was born and made to do this sport. I have one loss, and that was to the champion who was twice my size when we stepped in that squared circle.
Damn.
And I still gave him the fight. He said he was going to put me away, and he said he wasn't going to take one step backwards. One, he didn't put me away, and two, he took plenty of steps backwards. He's 160 pounds, and I was like 140. You know? And even though I got knocked down in that fight, I got up. I showed incredible heart. I showed incredible skill. I made the adjustments that needed to be made. I feel like I just ran out of time. You know, now this year, the world title fights are 7 rounds. If you'd have gave me 2 more rounds with Johnny Bedford last June, I probably, if not, would have knocked him out, would have at least pulled out a draw.
Well, I mean, it seemed, you know, I mean, I guess it was a blessing in disguise, because it seemed from that loss, you have learned, you know what I'm saying? You have learned, and it showed who you are, the resilience of your heart. It was like, you know, even though he was bigger and whatever, you know, I mean, I still was able to hang with him. So that says a lot about you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I learned, and I didn't really take it as a loss. I took it as a lesson. Every failure isn't a complete loss. Yeah. You know, and I went back to the drawing board. We've added so much more to my arsenal, and I cannot wait to show the world on June 26th what much more we have. And the thing that I love about bare knuckle is it's a growing sport. It's still growing as far as its innovation. One thing about me is, you know, I wear that educated hands moniker for real. Every time that I come to that square circle, I'm bringing something else. I'm innovating. Nobody started doing the reverse clinch and throwing uppercuts. Nobody started doing overarm hooks and push-offs to straighten. All that stuff I brought to the league, and people started copying it. You know, and I have some more stuff that I'm going to bring to the league. So every time that I show up to fight, you know, I'm bringing something else, and that's why I love it so much, and that's why it's easy to me. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble. Yeah, no, but you know that's gonna make you exciting fighter to watch, because you know you're not gonna be the same guy twice in a row. You learn from that fight, whether you win or lose. You're gonna bring different tricks to the table. Like you said, it's a growing sport, and you know, so you don't want people to get used to you. You want, every time you want to go in there, you want to show them something different, something exciting. And you seem like you have a good game plan, a good strategy, and I can't wait to see it either.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it like it was. It's like it's a lesson to learn. When I was in wrestling and did a little boxing, you lose, take that lesson. You made you learn.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not like tooting my own horn.
Look at it as a challenge for you to make up for that.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not like tooting my own horn or anything, but I've never lost a rematch. Never. Right. I've never lost.
Yeah. So we were the same boat. I never, you know what I'm saying? And so in fact, the ones that I asked rematch didn't give it to me, because you know I went down to fight them in their weight class. And they beat my butt. And when I asked to come up in my weight class, they said no. I'm like, you bums, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
So I mean, nothing against Johnny or any, I've never and because I know I'm able to make the adjustment. I'm able to go back and look at what I did wrong, take ownership of my mistakes, correct and move forward and add in, new stuff to it. So nobody has ever beat me twice. So when I do get the opportunity, if it is Johnny that still has the belt, in September, come hopefully December or the beginning of 2021, we'll get another crack at it. It's going to be a whole different fight. But in all honesty, I don't even really care about the belt. Y'all already know who I want to fight. I want to fight that Glenn. Plain and simple. I feel like he said some disrespectful stuff. As gentlemen, we can josh and we can go back and forth and we can jeer and poke at each other. That's just what fighters do. I can respect that, but he brought my family into it. And said really disrespectful stuff about my wife, who just happened to give birth to my child less than a month ago. So when you take it to that level, it becomes something else.
That's right.
And then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna slap you. I'll slap you for free the next time I see you." And I'm like, "Well, why would you want to slap me for free? Just sign the contract and we can both get paid."
That's right. Make it happen. That's right. Make it happen. Yeah.
All that is just like I said. It's excuses, it's jeers, blah blah. But I'm not gonna feed into it. I'm not looking past Joe at all. I know this guy is coming. It's his first pay-per-view appearance. It's a big stage for him. And I'm the veteran that's been in the game for a while. So he's coming upset-minded. I know he's coming to try to take my spot. I know that. Yeah. Every time I step in there, that man I'm fighting is trying to take my spot. And I worked so hard. I went through so much crap in this life just to get these little moments that you're going to have to kill me in order to take it from me. And that's why when Johnny kept hitting me and I was too smart for my own damn good, I kept getting back up. And when I was sitting in the corner in between, I was like, I don't care how many times you hit me, bro, you're going to have to kill me. Because I'm going to keep coming.
I mean, that's awesome,
well
man.
said,
I mean, that's a horrible warrior, what I'm saying? But, a couple of months ago, I was talking to somebody about that, what I'm saying? I don't like with other fighters. It's like you said, it's one thing to talk trash and hype the fight or whatever, but it has to be a limit because in the end of the day, we're professional fighters. We're not in the street. We're not brawlers. We're professional fighter fighting under a professional banner. You know what I'm saying? So there's a limit how much trash, how much hype you could talk. When you like you said, when you call your family out or whatever, now that's personal. That's not just you hyping the fight or talking trash. But yeah, you know what? Kudos to you that.
I also believe that that's a tactic. Some fighters do that to try to get guys out of the square. But me,
that's right. That's right. Mentally,
we learned in the Johnny fight not to feed into that. And then two, I just had to remind myself of who I was and what I am, and the people that I care about, who they are and who they are.
That's right.
And so there's nothing you can really say to me, to get me out of my square. I just feel like at the same time, though, it shows your weakness as a man.
That's right.
You can't keep it on the level of, you could say I'm slow or I ain't got no footwork or blah, blah, blah. But the second you start bringing in, my family and whatever so-called shortcomings you believe they have, then it shows your weakness. It shows that you ran out of juice. You ain't got nothing else you can throw at me anymore. So now you got to look for somewhere else. And I'm not going to play that game. But
it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's a tactic that a lot of fighters in the past have used, and you're right. A lot of fighters, it does get to them, and it throws off their game plan. So now when they go into fight, they're angry, they're mad, and then that's what'll make you make mistakes because now you're not fighting. Now you're not sticking to your strategy. Now you're mad, you're pissed, you want to go there and prove a point, and then next you're the one getting beat up. So it is a tactic. It's something that has been used for a long time. It's nothing new in the sport. So that is the best thing you could do. And thank God you caught that and right away, amp it up because a lot of guys don't see it like that. A lot of guys don't think it's like, oh, it's just a tactic. So he tried to get to my head. Some guys let it get to them and it screws their game plan. But it's good that for you caught up on them. Like, nah, I'm gonna stay humble. I'm gonna stay down here. I'm gonna concentrate on the fight. Don't worry, I'll see you on fight time.
All right, Reggie. So after everything we heard from you, from the story about your fight, going to bare knuckle, what do you got to say to your next opponent, your fans, your coaches?
Everybody.
Can you hear me?
I don't know. It's like, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? That was like 3 questions in one. You said what I want to say to everybody.
He said, one at a time. One at a time.
Yeah, like one at a time. One at a time.
Okay, I'll do one at a time. So, go ahead.
So I guess to Joe, first of all, thank you so much, brother. I haven't met you. I don't know who you are. I watched one of your fights. I'm sure you watched a couple of mine. But I want to say thank you for stepping up, especially on 2 weeks' notice. It takes a warrior and somebody with an incredible heart to step up, especially in a game that they've never played before. So ahead of time, I just want to thank you, and I say appreciate that. Second, Joe, bring your A game. Everybody knows that I'm not in here to, I don't want an easy fight. I don't want to just get in there and put your foot around. Bring your A game. Let's fight. Let's put on a show. The fans have been craving for some bare knuckle fighting since February. So bring your A game, and I'm going to bring mine as always, and let's give them what they're looking for. And the third thing is, I know you coming to take my spot, bro, so just know that you're going to have to kill me to take it. That's what I got to say to you.
Woo! Woo! Sounds like fire. I like it.
And that's with all due respect.
I like
All due respect. All due respect.
I love it. I love it.
Now, my fans and everybody out there, thank you guys so much for the support. My sponsors, JDIS, J&K Grill, shoot, man, I don't even have the list in front of me. 757 Match Bow, Gordon Customs, Cryomax. I'm missing a few. Fightheads, I have so many sponsors, it's ridiculous now. And then my fans and my family, everybody support just throughout the journey. Even with the last event and not really having the spotlight we're used to. We continue to push forward, continue to train and promote and build and support the bare knuckle. So. Amen. And then, of course, to the bare knuckle family, Dave Feldman, Lil Feldman. He hates it when I call him Lil Feldman. You know what I'm talking about. He's gonna get me for that when I get to Florida.
Yeah. He's gonna get you for that one. He's gonna
get me for that one. And just the rest of the bare knuckle family, Nate, Shook. Thank you guys so much for giving me that call and bringing me back. Giving me another opportunity to bring something new to the table to enhance the value of our sport, as I always try to do anytime I come out. Jeff, thank you for having me on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And Mr. Tiger, I was watching one of your fights earlier. Badass, man.
Thank you,
dude. You're strong. Like I can see just like the strength. I can't remember who you were fighting, but I could see the strength difference. The world, tune in. I cannot wait. I cannot tell y'all enough. I'm sure the other fighters have, this pent up energy, that are ready to go. Me, I've been ready to go a month ago. So just, 2 more weeks of waiting. And I can't wait till, whether it's Dan, Wayne, or Tom, one of them look across the ring and be like, "Are you ready?" And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah." And they say, "Knuckle up." I'm just gonna let it go because we don't. And in the world that we're living in right now, I don't know when these opportunities are gonna come.
That's right. That's right.
How few far in between they're going to be.
That's right.
And so I want to be able to seize everyone that I can.
Yeah. No. And everybody be saying it. Everybody is living day to day without an uncertain future, because we don't know how long this is going to stretch out and what's going to happen next week, So it's true. Every opportunity is a blessing, and make the most out of it because we don't know when it's going to be the next time. But You heard it from, Reggie, Educated Hands, Barnett Jr. Oh, he's going to bring it, and I can't wait.
Yes, y'all. Tune in. It's going down June 26th, live on pay-per-view.
My man, I love it. I love it.
I appreciate you taking your time coming on my full broadcast show. I'll be watching you throughout your career.
I'm sorry.
And you represent.
I'm sorry if I rambled a little bit. Oh yeah, 757 stand up every day.
You're fine, bro. You're fine.
I didn't mean to ramble or hijack y'all broadcast a little bit. I put my heart and soul into everything I do. So.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, man.
All righty, man.
Thank you for being on my show. Knuckle up, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Y'all be blessed. Stay healthy.
You too. You too.
All right. You too, man. Peace out.
Wow, that was great.
All right.
Oh, you heard it from him. You heard it from the man. He's bringing new skills, bringing new tricks. Watch out, world. You heard it from him.
Educated hands,
Educated
baby.
hands. He can bring, new skills, new tricks.
All right, guys.
Watch out.
Yep. I appreciate him being on my show.
It was awesome.
Taking time out of his training and everything.
Cool guy.
And, he's a good guy. And I can't wait to see him June 26th. He's going to be representing Virginia, and I'm going to be watching him knocking another person out.
Your hometown, bro. Your hometown.
Guy's
Virginia Beach, Virginia. Oh, my God.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that until he.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking 757. What is that?
Right. Small world.
So, all right, guys, you heard it from Reggie. Barnett Jr. He is coming for you. He's going to show you guys what he's made of, and he's got the style to prove it to you guys. So
June 26th, don't miss
my
it.
sponsors, D&D Baits. That's right. And JD Handy Pro Services. My sponsors, Quit Bitchin'. If you go to Quit Bitchin', www.quitbitchin.com, their website, you get 15% off at the end of checkout. They got everything from shirts, clothes, to hats. Let me show you one shirt real quick.
Oh, yeah. I love that. What's my shirt? I like that shirt. What's my shirt? Oh.
Yeah, buddy. So all I got to say is, all you fighters out there, everybody, if you hear anybody doing a lot of this, go. Shh.
That's right.
Tell them to go to quitbitching.com.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching a full broadcast, 24/7 sports news, live interviews, media coverage, and with MMA, boxing, IKF, and bare knuckle fighters. Live interviews on my show. Let's listen to our intro.
Beat them senseless. You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest sports updates and interviews with your favorite athletes.